Y'all, Rihanna's makeup artist is getting called out big time on TikTok. And I'm letting you guys know from the jump of this, okay? I didn't know how to title this video, okay? Because this fan that was going to be attending her masterclass didn't necessarily say that she like scammed her or ripped her off. But then I'm like, obviously I got to give you guys the full context, and like, as soon as you guys see the full story, I'm like, how would you title this? Because now Priscilla's getting out there, who, if you guys don't know who she is, her name's Priscilla Ono. She's Rihanna's makeup artist. She's getting out there and she's saying like she's like going to be like filing a lawsuit or whatever for like defamation, and I don't know if she means towards this girl, I don't know if she means towards people on TikTok. So that's why I'm over here just covering my ends of like, okay, technically she didn't say she was scamming her, she didn't say that she ripped her off, but then I was like, well, then how do you call it? Because basically you guys are going to see from some clips, I'm not going to play the full things, letting you guys know, you guys can, I'll leave her TikTok handle so that you guys can check it out if you guys are interested in watching the full thing, because it is pretty lengthy. There's two different parts, and then also Priscilla has responded to this as well too, so letting you guys know there's a lot. But basically, in a nutshell, this girl was going to attend Priscilla Ono's masterclass, and y'all, I was like looking at some of the pricing of this, and I was like, oh my gosh, y'all, like it was $1,000 just for the deposit, okay? Just the deposit. I was like, damn, like she's a really good makeup artist. Honestly, I think she's really, really good, but oh, that's really steep. And then I'm like over here thinking, I'm like, you know what? If Priscilla Ono is charging this much for a masterclass, how much do you guys think that like Makeup by Mario was charging when he was doing his masterclasses? Because oh my god, y'all, I was like $1,000 just for the deposit. But anyways, I guess apparently Priscilla Ono, and hopefully I'm getting this correct, because it is a little bit confusing, and I think that's how this whole entire situation had happened. Apparently she was using a website to where you like, book your spot, reserve your spot for the class, and then you leave a deposit on there. So this girl paid the $1,000. However, this girl is claiming that like, oh, her $1,000 deposit was given and it was taken, and she has like literal receipts of it. And I guess that Priscilla Ono's team advised her like, oh, we don't work with this platform anymore. So this platform took the $1,000, but then basically at first, like, I don't know what's the resolution now. She didn't let her in the class. Like, I guess basically she was just saying like she's pretty much SOL, and I'm just kind of like, I don't know if I would have handled it like that, because you obviously had this a link to this website in your, bios on your Instagram and on your TikTok. Like, this girl obviously booked through there. So that's why I'm just kind of like, if I was Priscilla, letting you guys know from the jump before you guys even hear the full story, I would have just like let her take the class, like in good faith. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, just to be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry that happened for you. Because at the end of the day, if this website was linked into her TikTok bio, her Instagram bio, like obviously that's how this girl booked the class, like, why do you still have it linked? Like, low-key, that's your error too. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. And apparently this has happened to a couple other girls too, because there was two girls in the comments of these videos that I'm going to play for you guys that were saying that that happened to them too. And I was just kind of like, okay, like, look, I totally understand if she has like two different websites, it could be confusing or whatever, but it's just kind of like that's something that she's going to have to address. And then also too, you would think that she obviously worked with this platform before, that she would like hit them up and be like, hey, like, we're going to need you to stop accepting payments, because obviously those payments need to go to her new website. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I was just kind of like, I get it, you know what I mean, that it was a mix-up, but I don't know. I just felt like if I was in Priscilla's shoes, that I would have just been like, oh my gosh, like, you know what, while you get that situated, hopefully you can, contact the bank and get your $1,000 deposit back, but I'm still gonna let you attend the class. Do you know what I mean? Because this girl actually flew, I believe it's here in LA, I'm pretty sure. She flew from wherever she was, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, oh my god, she got a hotel, she flew over, and I'm like, and she didn't get to attend the class, and she lost out $1,000, as well as obviously travel accommodations as well too. So I'm like, I don't know, y'all, this isn't like looking good. But once again, okay, this girl is not claiming that Priscilla Ono scammed her. I'm not claiming that she scammed her. I just don't know how else to title this damn video. I'm like, literally, I was so dumbfounded. I'm like, what am I gonna title this? Because I don't want her to come over here and try to sue me or whatever and say that she's scamming people. But then I'm kind of like, well, let's go ahead and keep it real here, okay? If she had this website in her bio, like, girl, like, that's kind of your fault. You know what I'm saying? And I totally get it. Like, she's not the one coming up on the money. Obviously, whoever manages that old website is the one coming up on the money. But it's kind of like, girl, that was your mistake. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, so I do want to go ahead and play a TikTok right here to where the girl is sharing a little bit of her story. Once again, I'll leave her TikTok handle down below if you guys want to check out the full thing, because it's pretty lengthy. But check this out.
I'll let me know if I'm wrong. I came all the way to LA for a makeup class with Priscilla Ono. And this is not to bash her personally, but I just feel like this is very unprofessional on her business. So my sister, she purchased me a ticket to attend this makeup class all the way in Los Angeles. Mind you, I'm from New Jersey. On the website that we used and purchased the ticket from, it said that the class would be from September 5th to the 7th, or like 4th to the last weekend. And then we booked the trip. I got my hotel, and I was just going to stay for that weekend. So when I got here and I got to the class, They're like, wait, no, the class isn't till next weekend. So I'm like, oh shit, like, what am I gonna do? My flight was that Monday. So me and my sister just decided to extend my trip. I rebooked my flight. I paid extra $100-something. I got another Airbnb, which was, I don't even want to disclose how much it costs to stay for a whole nother week in LA. And, I need to spend more money as far as me surviving out here. So all of this stuff is adding up. But, it's worth it because I want to do the class with Priscilla Ono. Like, she's legendary. Well, now they're saying that the payment that we made, which was $1,000 in a deposit, was sent to the wrong person. They're saying that their old website is not associated with them. And if I want to take the class this upcoming weekend, then I have to repurchase the ticket, which means I have to do the deposit all over again and the remaining balance. And we had no problem paying the remaining balance, but I'm not paying the deposit over again. And they're not willing to refund us the deposit because they claim that website is not associated with them anymore, even though we got a receipt and a proof of the receipt of our purchase for the deposit via email from them. So it's just like, if the website is old and outdated, why is it still taking payments? Like, take the website down so people don't get confused and fly all the way out to your class with the wrong information. The fact that they're trying to tell me I need to take accountability for purchasing a ticket off of a website that they made. Okay, I understand you're no longer associated with it. They're talking about they're under new management, and that website was managed by old management. That's cool, but it's still part of your entity and part of your brand. It's literally like PriscillaOno.com. Like, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I just feel like it's very unprofessional to not, if not take the website down, at least put out a PSA like, hey guys, make sure you don't purchase your ticket off of our website from last year. Purchase it from this website. There's no warning. There's no nothing. So it's like, is it really 100% our fault?
So there you saw some of her story right there, which low key, I was like, this is a really tricky situation. And this is why I always say, like, I really do feel like I would not make a good CEO. I would not make a good, business leader, because I really like, if I was doing a masterclass and somebody showed up and like they even showed me, like, I paid the $1,000 deposit and they showed an actual receipt of it and everything, I'm like, I'm gonna fit you into the class, even if like there's not enough seats, like I'm gonna figure something out. Do you know what I'm saying? Only because I could not have that sit on my conscience of somebody traveling from another state, getting a hotel to take the class and everything. Like, I just couldn't do that. You know what I'm saying? So this is where, look, honestly, I think Priscilla is like super talented. And honestly, I've seen her before. And you know what? My friend actually used to work with her at, oh my God, it was some like makeup counter in the mall. I don't remember exactly what the name is. And he loved her. He always said like she's just so sweet, a pure, genuine person. So I'm not even trying to be shady when I say this towards her, but I'm just kind of like, I don't know, like how, like, I don't know. To me, if I'm being so honest with you guys, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way that she just didn't let her stay up in there, which I know there's probably some business people out there that are like, you know what, if you let this one girl stay, then this could happen again, because what if for whatever reason that happens again in the future, and then now you're having consistent people show up to your classes and obviously not getting paid for it. So it's like, I do understand the business aspect of it, but then I'm just like, I don't know, y'all. I kind of feel bad, So anyways, she had put out a statement like this, and it says, PSA, masterclass registration and misinformation. We're sorry for any confusion and want to share a few clear facts. The registration being discussed was for a 2024 course purchased via a third-party site, not affiliated with our team, okay? But also everyone was saying that this website was still linked to Priscilla Ono's socials, okay? So that's where things get really confusing. Anyways, official registrations are only processed at PriscillaOnoMasterclass.com. Priscilla and the current management team do not have direct contact with the previous team. As a good faith gesture, Priscilla personally offered a $1,000 donation to support the individual, and we've offered a letter to her bank to help with a refund request. We're awaiting the necessary info from Jordan and Germany still. We have contacted the operators of the previous website to request that it be taken down. For privacy and safety, we don't discuss individual student matters publicly. While some details circulating online are inaccurate, we've acted within policy and fairly toward all students registered for the correct dates. Our priority is a positive, respectful learning environment, even if we're not receiving the same courtesy. Getting a little shady there. Thank you for understanding and supporting a respectful community. And then she obviously left the website right there, okay? Obviously, she's going to get out there and, like, defend herself because everyone was like, oh, hell no, like, this is super messed up of her. And like I said, too, like, it's like, I have that two sides of me. That's why I always be saying, like, I need somebody to do my astrological chart, because I'm like, why do I always feel like a Libra? Because I swear to God, I'm sitting over here, I'm like, I understand the business aspect of it. Like, I understand, obviously, Priscilla Ono is doing this to make money. I get it. That's her business. That's her, livelihood. So I totally get it. She has to get paid for her services and her obviously doing this masterclass. I get that. But then I'm just kind of like, damn, knowing that this girl, like, went to your old website that is still active, I would be like, oh, like, low-key, that's my bad too. Like, you know what? I should have, like, really demanded that this website get taken down before I move forward with a different one, especially if it's still linked to her. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's still linked to Priscilla Ono, if it's still on her Instagram, if it's still on her TikTok, you know what I'm saying? By the way, too, at the time of me seeing, like, these videos, it's all hearsay as far as like that link was in her bio. Two other girls said that it happened to them and they lost out on their $1,000 deposit, and it was linked in her bio. So I'm just going obviously by word of mouth, but obviously I did check her actual TikTok bio account, and it was her current website. But obviously that's a website that she worked with before, so it's still, you know, technically linked to her. So I'm just kind of like, I don't know, y'all. That's why I'm just kind of like, I don't know. There's that side of me, you know, I'm like, okay, I understand the business, but then I'm like, girl, you couldn't just let her be up in the class. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, and yes, I understand that she's saying that she, you know, offered her a $1,000 donation, basically. In my, you know, opinion, that's kind of like taking off the deposit, and she's probably still gonna have to pay for the regular class, which is nice of her to do. However, I guess at the time of this or whatever, she was just kind of like, well, I'm in LA now. Like, what am I supposed to do now? So she obviously paid for her flights, paid for her hotels, and she's, you know, in LA, and it's just kind of like, well, then she's gonna have to pay for all that travel again, and it's obviously gonna be super expensive. So Priscilla Ono also posted this to her stories as well too. She said, here are the facts. Germany enrolled Jordan through a website that clearly stated September 2024, a site that is not the one linked to my promotions. I'm actively working to have this old site taken down. Germany was informed of the error on August 16th, a month before the class, and we informed her how to process a refund, which she has already received. Despite this, Jordan arrived at my class without proper registration and demanded a seat. So y'all, obviously things are a little bit, you know, a little tricky over here. I do want to go ahead and play a brief little portion of a follow-up that this girl made about it, because obviously she was like, let me clarify some things right here. And in my personal opinion, this just seems like one big miscommunication, but then also it just sucks that like that site is still linked, you know, to her name. Do you know what I'm saying? And I understand that she's getting out here and she's saying, oh, it was like linked to 2024. I get that, but I don't know. I would be like, y'all, it's just kind of like, I've never had a website built, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just kind of like, if I had multiple websites built, like, obviously I'd be like, oh, wait, this is like linking back to my name. Like, even if you Google it, it links back to my name. Like, I need to make sure this gets taken down, because obviously that's going to cause some confusion. You know what I'm saying? So I do want to go play another clip right here to where she kind of like reacted to what Priscilla was saying publicly. Check it out.
Okay, here's an update for y'all. More like a clarification, because there's no new information. I was very transparent about the fact that yes, we booked from the wrong website. Whether or not that website should have been, you know, their responsibility is up for debate, I guess. But the legality of it all is one thing. It's just like the morality of it all for me. If somebody spent the money to come to your class all the way from out of state, you should do your best to accommodate them. And, you know, I was just told to contact my bank. And as far as them offering to write a letter to my bank, they didn't offer to write a letter to my bank until I went to talk to them in person. And they proceeded to kick me out. So they didn't really make an effort to get the information so they can write a letter to my bank. And yeah, like, there's no misinformation being spread as far as what's coming out of me and my sister's mouth. Like, I never said she scammed me, y'all. Like, at the most, she's just being inconsiderate, honestly. I don't think that she pocketed the money or she's like in on a scam. I'm gonna just take her word for it that, you know, that money did not go to her and she has nothing to do with that. But because that is part of her business and her likeness, I still believe that she should have helped me out.
Once again, if you guys want to see the full video, head on over to her TikTok account, y'all. I linked it up on the screen so that way you guys can check it out. So anyways, one last response from Priscilla Ono that I did see that she posted on her story. Now this has spiraled on TikTok with lies spreading far beyond what even the original videos claim. People are adding false narratives that are damaging and dangerous. Because of this, we are moving forward with legal action for defamation. So that's why I was like over here like, oh my God, I'm gonna get in trouble by titling this damn video like, you know, Rihanna's makeup artist called out for scamming a fan or ripping off a fan. But then I'm just kind of like, oh, what do you title it? Like, honestly, I'm sitting over here stuck on stupid. I'm like, what do I title this video? And I'm like, oh my gosh, Priscilla Ono is gonna sue me now. So y'all, everything's alleged, okay? Everything in this video was obviously just for entertainment. It was alleged. Y'all know I can't afford no damn lawsuit, but also at the end of the day too, it's kind of like, well, given the scenario, obviously, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you call it, you know? Y'all, part of me was like, okay, should I title this damn video like Rihanna's makeup artist called out for miscommunication? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that just sounds so dumb. So I'm just like, over here. Anyways, I am so curious to know your guys' opinion on this. If you guys were Priscilla Ono, how would you have handled this situation? Honestly, y'all, she's been working in the industry for so long and I've heard nothing but amazing things about her. Like, genuinely, like, I heard like she's a really sweet person. So I do know at the end of the day, when it comes down to business, you obviously gotta, you know, be a little bit, what's the word that I'm looking for? You have to be stern, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, to manage your business. But I don't know, there's something within me that I'm like, if she flew all the way over here and like, you know, I don't know. I just would have like made it work out. But I guess maybe one class wasn't in session that time. Two, like maybe she just genuinely didn't have the room. Like I'm over here, like I don't know. Like I would have felt so damn bad if somebody traveled and showed up and it obviously just didn't work out. So what would you guys do in this whole entire situation? Make sure you guys let me know your thoughts and opinions about everything. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out, Girl Scout.